Frank Oz is an English-born American film director, puppeteer, and actor who created and performed the Muppet characters Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear along with Jim Henson in The Muppet Show, as well as Cookie Monster, Bert, and Grover in Sesame Street. His work as a film director includes 1986's Little Shop of Horrors remake and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. He is also the puppeteer and voice of Yoda in the Star Wars film series. Early life: Oz was born in Hereford, England, the son of Francis and Isidore Oznowicz, both of whom were puppeteers. His parents moved to England after fighting the Nazis with the Dutch brigades. Oz's Dutch-Polish father was Jewish and his Flemish mother was a lapsed Roman Catholic. Oz moved to Oakland, California, United States, with his parents when he was 5 years old. He attended Oakland Technical High School and Oakland City College. He worked as an apprentice puppeteer at Children's Fairyland as a teenager with the Vagabond Puppets, a production of the Oakland Recreation Department, where Letty Connell was his mentor. Career: puppeteering. Oz is known for his work as a puppeteer, performing with Jim Henson's Muppets. His characters have included Miss Piggy, Fozzie Bear, Animal, and Sam Eagle on The Muppet Show, and Grover, Cookie Monster and Bert on Sesame Street, among many others. In addition to performing a variety of characters, Oz has been one of the primary collaborators responsible for the development of the Muppets over the last 30 years. Oz has performed as a Muppet performer in over 75 productions including Labyrinth, video releases, and television specials, as well as countless other public appearances, episodes of Sesame Street, and other Jim Henson series. His puppetry work spans from 1963 to the present, though he has retired full-time from the Muppets. His Muppet characters were taken primarily over by Eric Jacobson in 2002. Oz is also known as the performer of Jedi Master Yoda from George Lucas' Star Wars series. Jim Henson had originally been contacted by Lucas about possibly performing Yoda. Henson was preoccupied, and so Oz was assigned as chief puppeteer and as creative consultant. While other Henson alumni worked on the fabrication of Yoda, Oz performed the voice and puppet for Yoda in Star Wars Episode V, The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars Episode VI, Return of the Jedi and Star Wars Episode I, The Phantom Menace. Oz also provided the voice of the computer-generated imagery Yoda in Star Wars Episode II, Attack of the Clones and Star Wars Episode III, Revenge of the Sith. The conversion to CGI was met with some criticism among fans, but Oz himself said that was exactly what Lucas should have done. Oz had a great deal of creative input on the character and was himself responsible for creating the character's trademark syntax. Oz reprised his vocal role as Yoda in Disney's Star Tours, The Adventures Continue attraction at Disneyland and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Directing: inspiration as a filmmaker came to Oz upon a viewing of the film Touch of Evil. The director tells Robert K. Elder in an interview for the film that changed my life. I think it opened up my view of film that theory unregistered trademark so much more that could be done. Actually, by breaking so many rules, he allowed other people to say, oh hey, I can maybe think of some stuff too. He just opened up the possibilities more for me. That unregistered trademark what he did. Oz began his behind-the-camera work when he co-directed the fantasy film The Dark Crystal with longtime collaborator Jim Henson. The film featured the most advanced puppets ever created for a movie. Oz further employed those skills in directing 1984's The Muppets Take Manhattan, as well as sharing a screenwriting credit. In 1986 he directed his first movie that did not involve Henson, Little Shop of Horrors. The musical film starred Rick Moranis and Ellen Greene, as well as Vincent Gardenia, Steve Martin, Bill Murray, John Candy, Christopher Guest, and a 15-foot-tall talking plant which at times required up to 40 puppeteers to operate. A film allowed Oz to show his ability to work with live actors, and led to opportunities to direct films that did not include puppetry. Usually directing comedies, Oz went on to direct Dirty Rotten Scoundrels in 1988, starring Steve Martin and Michael Caine, What About Bob? In 1991, starring Bill Murray and Richard Dreyfuss, and House Sitter in 1992. Later films include The Indian in the Cupboard, In and Out, Bowfinger, The Score, the 2004 remake of The Stepford Wives, and the original Death at a Funeral. Acting. As an actor, Oz appeared in a bit part as prison storeroom keeper in The Blues Brothers, directed by John Landis. He also appeared in later Landis movies An American Werewolf in London, Spies Like Us, Trading Places and Innocent Blood. In 1998, Oz portrayed a warden in Blues Brothers 2000. In 2001 he had a minor part in the Pixar film Monsters, Incorporated as Randall's scare assistant, Fungus. In 2005, he had a minor part in the Columbia film Zathura as the voice of a robot. Other cameos have included playing a surgeon in scenes cut from the theatrical release of Superman 3, The Muppet Movie, The Great Muppet Caper, The Muppets Take Manhattan and several other Jim Henson-related films that did not involve just his puppeteering. Even if he does not appear in a Landis movie, his name is often spoken in the background. During airport scenes in Into the Night and Coming to America, there are announcements on the PA system for Mr. Frank Oznowicz. Filmography, film, television, video games, awards and nominations, references. External links, Muppet Wiki, Frank Oz at the Internet Movie Database.